Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of Toy Chat Live. I've got some bad news. I'm going to wait for the bad news, on top of all the other bad news that's happened over the past 2 days. But we're on episode 7. I'm really excited. Late because I was trying to get something figured out, and something on this stream, unless another miracle happens, just isn't going to go the way we were hoping for. But I cannot do the stream alone, so let me introduce our first co-host, David Evan Smith. How's it going, bud?
Good, man. How are you? Are you surviving the hurricane?
Against all odds. Now, we got really lucky here on my street. Our house backs up to a lot of woods, and some trees fell, but they all fell in the other direction, like towards the woods, just on other trees. So that's good.
Wow. The forces.
We went riding. We went out earlier to get some stuff, and just riding around town, just going from the store and back. There's a lot of damage. It's pretty crazy. And
you're like, you had a power outage. You told me earlier.
Yeah, we were out of power almost all day yesterday, and not all day, all morning. It came on around like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then the internet came back on later. And the damage was so bad, even though we didn't have internet, we still could barely use our cell phones because we didn't have cell phone service either. Because I guess something with the towers, I don't know, man. It was bad.
You were telling me about your connectivity, and I'm like, I bet for him to keep his internet connection, you've got your wife like pedaling a stationary bike to like power the generator to like stay connected to the internet. So like, if we cut out and lose something, your wife stopped pedaling, right?
Exactly. Get back to work. But we actually lost internet connection last night around 11, right around the time we sat down to watch a movie. The Wi-Fi went out again, and that didn't come back on until we got home from getting groceries. I checked the Wi-Fi and it was back. I was like, nobody touch anything. Nobody touch anything.
Don't breathe in that direction.
Exactly. But that does lead me, before I bring Alexi in here, because I need Alexi to up the mood after this bad news. Alexi's going to up the mood because I've got some really bad news. Andrew misbehaved and he's back in the bed. So we live really close to each other, right? He's only like 10 minutes away, but he still is without power and internet. So he was going to try to like call in, use his cell phone service. I know, right? He was going to try to use his cell phone service and just go without video and just be like the voice in the sky and still talk about everything. But his cell service right now is so bad, it wouldn't even load the StreamYard link. Like, he would click on it and it was just like buffering. He said, how convenient, Andrew. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy this story, but okay.
Right. If he decides to behave, if a miracle happens, he said he'll hop on. He said he's going to try to be in the chat. So so he might be in the chat, but we're still going to have fun. We're going to talk a little bit of Alexi's still here. I advertised Star Wars. We'll go over it. Alexi will hold our hands through it. We'll speed through it and then talk about important stuff after. Okay. So to up the mood, let's bring in the I guess it's not a foursome anymore. Just the last piece of our threesome. Your boys got toys. Alexi, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, hurricane dwellers.
Oh, man. It's been rough. It's been rough, man. How are you doing, Alexi?
I'm doing good. Amanda and I have actually had to camp out in our house before because we lost power for like 5 days due to a storm, and it sucks. We did have Wi-Fi, though, and that was the only thing that kept us from killing each other.
I'm like, God, take anything. Just leave my Wi-Fi, okay? Just leave my Wi-Fi. Compulsive collector. Wait, so the only person who actually collects Star Wars isn't going to be here? We're not talking about that, John. I have like 6 Star Wars figures. Alexi has more than me, so we're good.
I have 3 in Cosmic, Marvel Cosmic.
There we go. So all together, we probably have a quarter of what Andrew has. So that makes... So it'll be fine. But see. Oh God. I don't think you can show that on YouTube. But it's It's been a couple days, but let's say hi to the chat real quick. So the first person in, I don't know how he's still awake. Dan Who, boo. I've got something for you later, Dan Who. Don't you worry. I want to point out, Dan canceled last Thursday. You know, he did a stream this past Thursday. You know, Rich pulled him through it. You know, Rich did all the work.
I didn't know he was streaming this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, he's back. It's he missed last week, and then he drops a bomb where he's canceling Legends and Liquor. Has the audacity to cancel Legends and Liquor.
What's the hurricane in Britain, Dan? What's that hurricane name?
I know.
That must be why you're canceling everything, right?
I mean, you're braving a hurricane to stream and bring consistency to your viewers and reassurance to your followers that, like, no matter what impediments and obstacles come your way, you will show up. You will be here every week.
There we go. I was going to tell him, I think some of the hurricane blew in some of the tea and crumpets from over there. Anything I saw them like flying around. A couple teapots busted, of course, David Evan Smith was also here early in the chat. Christopher Allen, everybody's favorite. Andrew escaped, and now you're devoting a whole stream to his passion. Well, we were going to, Christopher Allen. We were going to.
Trying to lure him back from, he's on the run. He got out of, the basement.
Yeah. Right. He didn't get far, I'll tell you that much. Christopher Allen. Or is he going to be talking about Star Wars from the basement? It was going to be really funny if he could only call in audio only. I was going to get him to pretend that he was still in the basement. Stussy, how's it going? Stussy? 3 episodes in a row. Stussy has made it every week. And counterculture, bad news. Oh no. Rich is here. Or the important part of Dan Who's channel, Rich M. How's it going, Rich?
Wow,
the brains.
Rich. They're staying up.
Shouted out Kenny, counterculture.
Showing up for us.
Yeah, everybody's staying up. Said David has the Target drip. Oh, Target merch. Also, speaking of drip, speaking of merch, my wife actually reminded me. She was like, "Your shirt's on top of the dryer. Don't forget to put it on before your stream." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I have a sticker. You know what? Hold on.
Yeah, David has stickers.
Yeah,
Chosen One girls here.
My shirt, but I've got stickers.
I'm gonna eventually get shirts out to everybody.
I mean, we don't get complimentary shirts as like co-hosts.
Well, I'm the host, and it took me like 3 months to get my order. Not that long, but it was at least a month. Chosen 112's here. Hey, folks. Hey, bud. How's it going? And Rich M did say, America, not as much fun as it looks on Sunset Beach. No. Legion X. Hey, yo. What's up, Legion X? And Rush, I won't own any Star Wars figures, but I'm tempted to get a blue lightsaber. Do it. So, guys, I actually got a couple things this week. Not much. Y'all have any pickups you want to show off? Alexi, you want to go first?
Yeah, I actually do have something to show off. It's not Star Wars, but it is new, and that would be the Wong and Doctor Strange 2-pack. Well, actually, it's a 3-pack if you count bats, but
that's the best part.
Pretty excited to open them up. To be honest, I'm probably going to sell on Doctor Strange. I don't really care for the molded in, locked in cape, but Wong was a must to pick up, so I had to put out for it. Yeah. And of course, bats can go along with what's the little Jeff, the land shark? I have him with the Shikla figure, and then I have a couple little animals from anime figures, so bats will fit right in.
Nice. You always gotta, when you get the opportunity to get your hand on some Wong, you just got to, right?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to take my Wong out.
And that Doctor Strange, that's pretty much the exact same figure as the Walmart exclusive, right?
So it looks like he does have like the shoulders sweeping up on that cape. I can
okay.
Backwards. And because of that, you can probably get him into a little more dynamic poses. But he just looks real pale. He ate some bad magic sushi.
Zombie Strange.
Yeah. So Well, hopefully I can get him into the hands of someone who really wants them, and I can get the Wong into my hands.
Right. So Lexi this week picked up some Strange and some Wong, right?
That's right.
That's it's so funny to see like G.I. Joe Classified doing all the animals, and now Marvel Legends is like dashing little bits of animals in everywhere too. If only he was articulated. He's not articulated at all, is he? Just
I don't think so. I think he's just he's just a molded plastic. He looks like a gummy bear, to be honest, but like a dog.
There you go. David's got it right there. That's so cool. That's a good mold. It looks nice.
Is he chewy? Have you tried okay.
He's
Try
lime
right
flavored. Lime flavored.
Lime. Oh, that's good.
Right
Lime is in season.
Alexa, anything else?
No, that was it. Just the one thing I got last week.
It's good haul. It's one thing after another. You almost can't afford to have more than one thing every week.
No.
Because geez, it is not letting up. And holiday season is right around the corner.
But
yes,
if you're gonna get one thing, it needs to be Wong. You've got to have some Wong.
Yeah, you already got yours out.
Yeah,
I got my Wong out. I'm living large with the Wong.
I'll release my Wong.
David shakes his Wong by the look of it.
Going on.
Where did you order yours from, David?
Pulse. No, Amazon.
Okay, that's where I got mine from. Amazon.
Yeah.
It's too late. We're all excited.
Dan, I already have my Wong out, so I get excited when there's multiple Wongs in the equation. I'm probably gonna keep my Strange. He does look pale.
Yeah.
He is suffering, but the cape is better. It is swept up, like he's pinless on his limbs now, like his legs. So
it looks good
I believe Dan, who sometimes reviews, put a review up of this pack.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of a live stream, I guess.
Occasionally he reviews stuff, and like semi-occasionally he does live streams. So there should be one up if he still has his channel open.
Right, maybe.
You know,
I mean, he heard there's a hurricane all the way over here, so he might cancel next week's streams too.
Oh, Bloodstorm, nice.
Ooh. Yes, talk about bringing the weather, minding the weather, and weathering your mind. Bloodstorm, she's pretty good. She's got some like real nails, like talons on her fingers there. Keeping with the vampire theme.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dracula.
How's his chest articulation?
Good. The diaphragm joint brings you some. Well, hold on. I haven't broken him in, but you know, he's pretty good.
But it's like functional.
Yeah. Okay. Ponytail's articulated. You know, you need a ponytail that moves.
Have to.
That's a peak.
Dan hasn't reviewed that set. It's not doing the UK till November. Well, I guess it's stuck, Dan.
You haven't got your hands on a Wong, Dan?
All right, Dan. Dan is Wongless?
Dude.
Wongs? So, and speaking of Bats is such a good boy, but another good boy.
Oh,
nice.
Such a good boy. We're talking about Pet Avengers are coming together. Zabu exists. Lockjaw exists.
Yeah.
So sitting down so nicely.
That's a good boy.
Nice.
Oh, Encountered Culture posted a review.
Yes. So. Yeah. Plug for Kenny. Go check out Encountered Culture here on YouTube. He posted a review for the Wong and Strange 2-pack. Go check him out. You don't have to worry about any of those British reviews or anything like that.
Yeah, man. American grown. American grown.
No taxation on those views.
There's more animals in the mix. So I got Rocksteady got laid. Rocksteady got laid. Lost his hat. But Bebop also has a hat with a propeller. So these guys, I don't know where I'm going with them. They're probably going to end up in my Savage Land multiverse, like taking pictures of the dinosaurs charging around them.
We talk about some McFarlane figures being the perfect kind of goofy. Those are really just like the perfect kind of goofy where you can stick them anywhere in your collection too.
Right? They are literally dressed as tourists. and they are going to be like dumbfounded by everything that they find in every other collection besides NECA TMNT. So they're definitely going to travel. They're going to travel around the displays somewhere. I got to figure out where their first plane ticket is taking them.
Do you have the Toon Turtles like in a display, or you just picked up the Rocksteady and Bebop?
No, I have. I originally I wasn't going to get into this line, and then I was going to get like the core 4 Turtles and Shredder and Krang and Bebop and Rocksteady. Then it became Casey Jones and Usagi Yojimbo and April and the News Crew, and so I have like 4 detolf shelves of NECA TMNT, but I've gotten to the point where like all of the real core characters that I would want, I have. So these little like treats are, the tourist Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, otherwise, I'm pretty much rusted on that line. Like, I don't. There's nothing I can think of that I need them to make, but that's a great little fun wink. And then I also have the new Punisher.
Yeah.
So, pretty nice figure. I know that a certain British reviewer wanted them to do a new Punisher, so they have. So I just don't know if they're available in the UK yet. So we'll find out, I guess.
I
It looks like
think Dan did a review, didn't
sleep.
he? I can't remember.
On the Punisher set? I don't think so.
And
Kenny for sure did.
Oh, he got it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the real star of the set. So
that arm, I just can't with that arm.
With his girthy, veiny appendage, ready to whack bushes.
Should I blur that?
Chad villain.
I feel like I need to blur that.
Like
we're so close to monetization, David, and you're going to get us demonetized before we get monetized.
What? Whatever do you mean?
Oh man!
Everybody screenshot. This is the money shot.
All it's missing is a few pubes. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm trying to see if like the little swirly effects would look good popping out of these holes. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Get the if you have the Professor X in the chair, that piece that goes on his head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, but I feel like that would be the victim has to wear that, and the attacker is like discharging that. So I don't know. Yeah. I gotta figure it out, but I will. This is like top priority for me this week.
Oh yeah.
To like make use of this.
Oh man.
So run out.
Dan did say it's past his bedtime. He said, "Right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Gonna be up in a few hours. Catch you on the replay." He also said, "Hope nobody blows away." And no Punisher in UK either.
Dan,
boo.
Dan, maybe you need to move to the US.
Yeah. Then he actually can come on the show. All right?
Yeah.
John, this is a Star Wars episode, no Star Wars. We're still in the beginning, John. Okay?
You deserve to be monetized.
Anything else, David? Is that it?
No, that was it. But Wong and girthy, veiny appendages and dogs and bats, vampires.
That's a good haul.
Yeah,
I have a very small haul this week. I'm very limited on my wrestling collection. Got Rob Van Dam. Andrew actually picked this up for me when he was out of town. He's found it at the Ollie's he was at. So it comes with the belt. I only have like 7 wrestling figures in my collection, but I'm picking up the Ultimates as they release them. And it came with a cool folding chair and all. So came with extra heads and everything. The WWE Ultimates from like the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression, like my mind's eye of some of my favorite wrestlers back when I watched. I'm all for those, especially I think it was only like $16 and it's an Ultimate. Those usually like 32. So
I know as much about that as I do Star Wars. So
yeah,
all the wrestlers I bought are in my action figure gay bar.
There you go. That's perfect spot for him. Bartman, I righted my wrong, David, of passing up on him at a different local Walmart. A different local Walmart had 2 pegs full, so I was able to sort through and find good eyes for me and David. and get one out to him.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh, you are welcome, bud. And we were back. That's the Walmart we went to today. They still had a peg full. So if anybody else is looking for one, hit me up and I can help you out if they happen to be back there. But they've already been there for over a week at this point. And it's already in the collection. And I repackaged I'm going to return my old regular Bart with the wonky eyes. There was also 2 Barts there. So they are re-releasing Wave 1 because there were other Simpsons characters there today. One Bart had eyes worse than my original, and another one, they were perfect. So I got the perfect one, and I'm going to return the old one. So if you're collecting the Simpsons line, keep an eye out because there's another wave of Wave 1 coming out and coming through. And Bartman is in stock in some Walmarts now, so keep an eye out. But guys, so I guess we can get into our main topic of Star Wars, aka Alexi takes over the show.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. But so actually Andrew was able to get a video out to me just to say hey to everybody and let everybody know he's okay. So here we go.
It's Andrew. I'm totally fine. No need to worry because I'm definitely not locked in the basement. I'll be right back after I learn my sorry. I mean when I'm done with my trip and work, and definitely not locked in the basement stuff. No need to worry. I'm fine. Okay, I read it. Can I go home?
I know it's the same, but it feels creepier every time you play it. Like somehow the creep factor intensifies.
Exactly. Hey, if Hasbro can reuse stuff, so can I. So, so guys, in Andrew's honor, we are going to go ahead and talk some Star Wars. I'm getting into Star Wars, so I'm mainly building out like a Phantom Menace shelf, and it's the perfect time because it's the anniversary. It's been the anniversary this year, so they're re-releasing stuff, and that's really the movies that came out when. I don't know. I know, David, you're a little older than me. I think Alexi, we're probably around the same age. I was born in '89.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so Phantom Menace. Yeah, so the old man. So
David's 75.
Something like that. He's up there. Him and Kurt K went to high school together. So
wow, shade. Jesus,
I'm joking,
Christ.
David. I'm joking.
I don't know.
There's no way.
About Star Wars. All right.
There's
what was
no
the Oregon
way
Trail like, David?
What's that?
What was the Oregon Trail like?
I died of dysentery about every 2 days. Yeah.
Right. But so Phantom Menace really came out like the perfect time, like when I was young. I like the originals and everything, but I'm already collect so much. I know you guys can sympathize with this. There's so much stuff coming out. You can't really justify going all in on a different line all the time anyway, even though we sometimes do, Simpsons. So let's see here. Let me get this screen up.
That's the Phantom Menace Chun-Li that you have there?
Yeah.
Got
exactly.
It. Got it. Looks great.
This is extended director's cut when she shows up.
Amazing.
I mean, this kind of looks like something Amidala would wear. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
She fought Jar Jar Binks, right?
That's right, Darth Jar Jar.
Right. See, I know some stuff about Star Wars.
Some stuff.
That was my example of a new line that you dive right into.
Oh.
I didn't pre-order any of the Star Wars stuff. I mean, the battle droid right here is, that's cool, but I already have 2 battle droids, and that's all I need. I'm not gonna army build everything. I've got 2 battle droids and 2. My idea is 2 battle droids, 2 stormtroopers, and stuff like that. Because I know I'm only doing Phantom Menace, but I also have a Darth Vader, and the slippery slope of collecting. It's a very small cube. I'm limiting myself to 1 cube of Star Wars. Alexi, are you interested in this at all? Is this enough newness for you to add to your limited Star Wars collection?
So for my army building rule, I go with 3, like the number of army building figures. I don't do as extremely large armies like Tac Toys does. I would love to, I just don't have the space or the money. So I usually go for 3. That being said, from Phantom Menace, I only have Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn and that version of Obi-Wan. And I mean, that's my display right there, is just them fighting. So I don't think I'm going to pick up any of the episode 1 army builders. They look cool, and I would be interested in having some battle droids, but just Black Series just doesn't quite hit the mark for me. They're just a little, I don't know. They're just not quite there. I think I have one Black Series figure, and no, that's not true. I have the Dark Troopers, so I have 3 Dark Troopers, and then I have the Rebels version of Ahsoka from Black Series, but that's about the rest is SH Figure Arts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's, Lexi's all big spender, all about the imports and everything. Yeah.
These look cool, though.
How broad is the SH Figure Arts releases for Star Wars?
Honestly, one of the main complaints recently is that everyone thinks that they lost the license or that the line is dead from SHF, because they announced some reissues of Stormtroopers, like Episode 1 Stormtroopers or original trilogy versions, and then they've done reissues of like Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, and then Obi-Wan as well. The suspected is that Episode 3 anniversary is coming up, so they're going to re-release a lot of their Episode 3 figures, which would be cool. But other than that, they don't release very many. Definitely not as much as Black Series, but no one. I mean, Mando for Black Series is like Batman for McFarlane. So,
do they upgrade like the stuff that they re-release in any kind of way?
Sometimes like the joints are a little bit tighter. The connections aren't as like wobbly, but they're not adding anything. They're still like the same issue.
Yikes. That's tough. That's hard. But I mean, it's a money saver. Like, you're committed to the quality of that line for your money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like the quality is just not as good, or the likenesses, or
you know what it is? I really like articulation for my Star Wars figures, because they're essentially like, I go for like the lightsaber and the force sensitive stuff. So I really like to have them in dynamic, like lightsaber fighting poses. And it's really difficult to get Black Series figures into a lot of those dynamic poses. I would love for Amazing Yamaguchi to bring Star Wars back. They've done like a couple Star Wars figures in the past. Which is that the Black Series one, Justin?
Yeah, this is one of the newer ones that came with the cloth. And this one's actually, the sculpt on it's amazing. I had the original release and I'd sold it. And I saw some reviews of this one. And just the proportions and all are really good. The only thing that kills it, man, is the single joints on the elbows and the knees.
Definitely.
But the head's the perfect size. They make the cape cloth so it can get out of the way of the jetpack. And another thing, no extra hands. So the knife he comes with, I've got it tucked in the boot right here. He doesn't have anywhere to hold it.
Yeah.
But he can hold the blaster and he can hold the dark saber. So this is a good figure, but it's still got a lot of flaws, man. Like,
I believe Just J Hernandez recommended that figure over the Mafex and the SH Figure Arts.
I've seen other people say it too. I think they've definitely still got it beat when it comes to articulation, but proportions, I do think this is perfectly proportioned. Just let me make you big real quick, Alexi.
Yeah,
there you go.
Big,
is that that's the Mafex or the SHF?
Yeah, this is the Mafex. I really like this figure, but obviously I'm a Mafex apologist, so I'm always gonna really enjoy their products. I like this one a lot because it came with the spear. It also came with the Darksaber, which I have on Bo-Katan. And then it also came with like flamethrower, his like sonic rifle, regular blaster, a bunch of other, accessories. So I thought it was a really good release from Mafex.
If they could do these proportions, these proportions with like a Mafex or SHF articulation, like that would be perfect. And the accessories, because of course Mafex definitely has this one beat with accessories. With Black Series and Mando, excuse me, it's really, they re-release them so many times, but each version comes with a different assortment of accessories. Like one will have, you know, the blaster, the other one will have like the rifle, and you're never going to get everything all together. Like this guy didn't come with the, I don't know, have any of them come with the spear? The Black Series?
I'm
not sure.
recall.
They've only released like 100, so I'm not sure. But it didn't come with the rifle or the spear. And of course, it's not going to come with any cool flame effects like that one comes with. So somewhere in there, if I don't think anybody's necessarily done the perfect one yet, but I think if you have the money, I mean, this guy on the aftermarket's expensive anyway. So if you're going to pay a hefty price for this, if you want it to move really well, I'd say just go ahead and go for the SHF or the Mafex.
Yeah.
Unless you're just dead set on these proportions. I will say the proportions are really good. But it comes down to what's important to you. Are you after a certain look? Are you after articulation, accessories? It really depends. But if you can find this guy for the $20, $24 on a shelf, I'd say pick him up and get him in your hands and see how you like him. And if you don't like him, you can always return it. Who cares?
Yeah, I think that's the best approach is if you can find them for the retail price, then go for it. Otherwise, you're really only just $20 more or $20 away from getting like the import version of it, which is like, you know, really good. So
John, it's like what do they call it when you just you're a glutton for punishment? He tunes in every week. Like, all three of you. I don't collect McFarlane. MFers have more McFarlane figures than Hasbro Star Wars figures. I'm glad it's past Kurt's bedtime, so he doesn't have to see it. Oh man! Hopefully, Kurt watches this with his morning coffee and doesn't spit it out everywhere.
I mean, I truly don't collect Star Wars. Like, I can say that way more honestly than McFarlane. But like, I did catch like some of their end of their live stream with PulseCon. Because they were right before Legends, I think, right? And then, like, I saw them talking about this is another Luke from this movie, and his likeness is really difficult to get right, but we really got so much closer with this one than all the other ones we've done before. So, like, but if you're buying 10 Mandos to get all the right accessories to have the ultimate, why not just buy the SH Figuarts one? Exactly. Because you're spending the same amount, like more than the SH Figuarts cost, right? To buy all those Mandos. Or all those
especially some of them are deluxes. Because I'm sure probably at least 3 or 4 of them come with a Grogu and other stuff. So you're looking at like 30 something, maybe $40 for some of them. So, and that's pretty crazy. I will say, John, I just counted, I have 11 Star Wars figures in my collection. So, and I've got 3 more on pre-order. I've got the Phantom Menace 3-pack from GameStop on pre-order. So there's that. I'm going to have 14 Star Wars figures in my collection. And I might be tempted by this Luke and Leia. I don't have a Luke and Leia. So, and I talked to Andrew a little bit about this in person the other day. And he said that, when I had to take him his tray of slop, I was like, now you get this when you give me your opinions on the new Luke and Leia.
Teach me about Star Wars or starve.
But he said that he likes this Luke's face sculpt and he's excited for this figure. So at least that's what I told him, he said. And
so we're getting all of Andrew's opinions on the Star Wars stream. We are getting them on the Star Wars stream. We just don't have Andrew.
Exactly. If you zap him enough, you get him to tell the truth. So, but honestly, I might be tempted by this if I see it in person. I'm not going to go out and pre-order it because I'm trying to limit my Star Wars collection. But at the same time, if I see this Luke and Leia, I don't have a Luke and Leia. It's Luke and Leia. And he said that this Luke head sculpt is really good compared to all the other ones that they've done. Do either of you guys have an opinion on this one?
He looks good.
Yeah.
He does look like Luke. Did they say that was based off of like his like de-aged appearance in Mando or?
It's from A New Hope.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean,
based on
Mark
that too.
Hamill's face is just hard to get, man. And this is very Star Wars is very bare bone. That's why I put in the thumbnail Black Sheep, because they don't give them any accessories really. It's got a lightsaber and these binoculars and no extra hands.
Would
a
you
trigger
want there
finger
to go all like Marvel Legends, like 4 sets of hands and like 2 heads with 2 facial expressions? Like, would you want that to be the evolution of Black Series?
I think, first of all, they need double joints on everything. There's no excuse for a Jedi to not have double joints. If all these other companies can do it, you can do it. They've done it before. From what I've been told, they were going double joints and then reverted back. Somebody else might know more about this. I don't know if this is double jointed or not. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it to me.
He's not.
Yeah, that's definitely
he's using
single.
the reuse arms from any like cloaked or not cloaked, but I think tunic wearing character.
You at least, I understand a trigger finger. Give him a blaster if you're going to give him a trigger finger hand, and then give him a separate set of hands.
Just he didn't use a blaster in that movie, Justin.
Is that Shartimus Prime?
That's every dork everywhere.
Yeah, that's nothing will turn me off of collecting a line more than like the rabid fan base.
The fans.
I cannot pay attention to. I would love Power Rangers. We're not going to get into Lightning Collection, because if we do, I'll never stop. Huge Lightning Collection collector.
Not like
Power
the
Ranger
collection.
Collector. Right. But man, the Power Rangers community is toxic. It's bad, man. Some stuff I've seen online, it's really bad. But anyway, Star Wars, I might pick up this Luke, especially like, let's say it ends up at Ollie's or Ross. I'd pick it up, sure.
On a deep discount,
yeah.
The discount.
Luke. So the reason that Luke was popular, and same thing with Leia. Both of these looks for these characters they haven't done before, or it's been a really long time. And obviously, it's the movie that started it all, and everyone wants this representation of this era of Luke and Leia, and I get it. And I think that's why Black Series is kind of like, we don't have to give them anything. They're going to buy it. Like, where else are they going to get this Luke? My problem with this Luke as a character is he was like a really whiny bitch in this like era of Star Wars. You know, I want to go to Tashi Station and buy some power converters. Like, give it up, kid. Get a life.
At least he wasn't drinking blue milk yet, right?
Yeah, this is also the version of Luke that got like a lightsaber and looked directly down the barrel, like right when he got it. So
that would have been a really quick trilogy.
Yeah. I just never really liked this version of Luke. And then, of course, by the end of the movie, he redeems himself by like blowing 2 torpedoes up the Death Star's asshole. And it's just, I get why people want it, but it's just a version of Luke that I can leave out of my collection. And I love Luke. He's like my favorite Jedi aside from Obi-Wan. So I just prefer the Return of the Jedi or like the Mandalorian when he's in his full power and he's like, self-aware instead of this kid.
Right. Yeah. It's
and
the character all the characters really evolve along the way. So it's good that they do different versions for all the different movies and everything, because everybody has their entry point. Everybody has their favorite movie, John did say, to David's point, I prefer Black Series over SHF and Mafex because I'm more interested in the look than the articulation or stack of accessories that go into a bin. That's fair. I will say
he doesn't want
somewhere
else. You don't. So John does not want a Legends of Fi Black Series. And
right.
But what is the price point for Black Series? Is it the same as Legends?
Yeah, it's like $24.99 typically. Okay. Unless it's a deluxe, and it scales the same as Marvel Legends pretty much. And Will Beatty says, amazingly, the majority of Black Series fans are anti-double joints. It confounds me. It's because the early line had really badly executed double joints. Well, yeah, I guess people can be scarred, but just do it right. Don't get lazy and just say we're gonna go backwards. Just freaking do it right, or do good single. I'm not going to grab him, but Jada Toy's doing the Chester Cheetah. He has single joints, and he gets really good range.
So Dracula has a single jointed elbow, but this baggy sleeve, and there's a deep cut in there that it bends more than 90. And then there's a swivel at the glove. But the aesthetic of that baggy sleeve is not broken up by that joint. It's really brilliant. Like when you get it in hand, like take a look at that. Because like all the Jedis are baggy sleeved, like tunic or cloak wearing, space pirates, but like they can do a single joint that's like got good motion.
Yeah.
And sculpt aesthetic.
It's really good range.
But it's great. So
that's
just saying,
really
Dracula, pick up Dracula.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you could, that's a really good point, David. That's a really good point. Kenny says next week's episode, Power Rangers Lightning Collection. It might be. I do have something potentially lined up next week. I've got a friend from high school who does a cartoon podcast called Cartoon Dumpster Dive. Go check them out. Apple Podcasts, anywhere. They talk about it's Cartoon Dumpster Dive. So they talk about more lesser known or crappy cartoons and how they were made, why they were made, and they go over everything. It's a fun listen. And I want to have them on. They might be on next week. And we're going to talk about what cartoon lines we want figures for that people might not be thinking of. So that's a cool idea. So but if they can't make it, if they pull an Andrew, I'm talking Lightning Collection. So I taught Lightning Collection.
Your basement and can't get out.
Right. John says may as well be this week's episode. To be fair to Luke, he was whiny all the way through. Says there's way less potential to reuse with most Black Series figures. So from a business standpoint, I understand them not doing double joints on most figures, even though I'd prefer them. And Kenny said he does like that idea. I don't know what you're referring to, Kenny. David's idea of the copy and Dracula's articulation, or the cartoon
podcast.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Hopefully they can make it. We've been trying to get our schedules to match up for a little while now. But so moving on with the Star Wars stuff, this Leia, I think this Leia looks good. I'll go ahead and give you Andrew's input on it. Much like Alexi speaks for everyone, I just speak for only Andrew.
Wow.
He said the Leia looks great. He doesn't care for it for one big reason, that and John's gonna love this, but there's no soft goods. So he said the poses he would want to get her in, like kneeling in front of R2 on the shelf, you can't do it. And I asked him, like, well, it's Black Series. I mean, would you really think they would do that at some point? And he said, well, they've already given us a Leia with soft goods before. So that's why it really irks me. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I was like, okay, well, get back in your cage. Thank you for the information. So, Alexi, do you have an opinion on this Leia?
I'm with Captive Andrew. I would prefer something that she can move around in. I was looking at the likeness for Luke, and it kind of looks like Sigourney Weaver. So I don't know if they necessarily nailed it this time. But I think Leia looks pretty good. I really don't like the traffic cone skirts whenever Hasbro does something. But if you're just going to have it on the shelf in a pose for representation, then yeah, this is perfect. And yeah, in these images, you can see her getting a little bit of wider stance with the slits on the side. But there's no way that she's going to be able to kneel down or something.
Yeah, I love the action poses.
So much action.
Standing.
Wow.
Ready
Legs
for action.
Legs not quite so far out. Box
yeah, the likeness does look good though.
Yeah, it does look good. I like you have the separate piece to give her like the hood. But yeah, if they would have just somehow given this like some soft goods down below so she could get, some better. But even then, if it's single jointed knees, how well could you get her to kneel down in front of R2 anyway? So
she's
but
got. It looks like she's got double jointed knees in one of the images.
oh, yep. Maybe
But
right there.
again,
Yep.
what's the point
Yep.
if you
Yeah,
can't?
that's almost more insulting.
Yeah.
But so I don't want to bore everybody by going over every single Star Wars thing because I know nothing about the vintage collection. If one of you has something you want to say about the vintage collection releases, that's fine. But I do want to skip ahead to this figure right here. I believe was this it? Is this the one from the video game? Yeah. Okay.
The
So
novel.
I don't give a crap about this character. I don't know who it is. But this leads into something where I think it was the Amazon listing, and I asked Andrew about it. This was from the video game that I believe Dash Rendar came from. And in that listing, they mentioned Dash Rendar. I never played the game, but when I was little, little Justin had random Star Wars figures, and I had a Dash Rendar figure, and I didn't know where the heck it came from. So when they release a Dash Rendar Black series, I'll pick that up just for nostalgia. Kind of like the Secret Wars Doctor Doom that Rush is sending me. Thank you, Rush, again. He's sending me that Doctor Doom. We worked something out. And I'm just going to have a nice nostalgia shelf that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I think that's cool.
Everyone has to
Alexi,
have
David,
a shelf like that.
yeah, you have to, man. You have to. Or figures that just don't go anywhere else. Either of you guys have an opinion on this guy?
He looks great.
Go ahead, David.
I'll get mine out of the way. He looks great. Maybe I could make him a scroll or something. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I have no context for him. He was from a novel and then was used in the video game, I think. But he looks really cool. He's green. Like this is gonna be like 2 hours of people knowing nothing about what they're talking about. But yeah, like if I were to buy him, I'd put him with the scrolls because he's wearing like that purple, gray, gold outfit with the green face. You know,
the sculpting looks great.
Yeah,
like they did a great job on this.
And he's got a slit in the front.
Oh yeah.
Get his legs
Gotta
out.
love that.
But it's all he's stiff below the waist, right? Like
yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, in this picture right here, it looks like you can still move those legs out. So it looks like it's in the front, and it looks like there must be something to the side or out the back too. Did you see how that back leg's out right there?
Good access.
Yeah. And is this right here from his robe? Is that cloth?
I think it is. I think they mentioned that in this stream. It's like a soft flap of plastic from the sleeve.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I'm excited for the Dash Rendar. I don't care about
like
Dash Rendar would probably go really well in your gay bar, David.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, probably. Let me Alexi, give us your opinions on this. Let me pull up a Dash Rendar figure.
He's very regal, which makes sense. If you know anything about his character, then you know he was like a member of high society and was actually alive in Legends, which is technically not canon, but he was alive and operating around the time between episode 2 and episode 3. In fact, he was a rival to Darth Vader and tried to kill Luke Skywalker as a way to gain favor with the Emperor over Darth Vader. So that was what the book was about, if I recall. So if you are a big fan of Legends canon, or like the extended universe and the books, and of course Dash Rendar, then I think he's a pretty solid pickup. I won't be getting him. I do like building out villains from the original trilogy era, but again, I just don't think he'll be mobile enough to put in like a cool display, or I mean a cool pose like in the display. But he does look really good. I think they did a great job sculpting him, getting like his clothing detail, and then they do so much better with fictional character faces than they do with these like live actors. So I think the face looks really good. He almost looks like a Star Trek Deep Space Nine character, or
Just like he could be a generic alien, just like David was saying. He could be a Skrull.
I thought that's what I thought when I saw him on the stream. I was like, he looks like one of the Kardashians.
Yeah, yeah.
Kardashians? One of the Kardashians?
Not Kim or
Keeping Up with Prince or
Keeping Up.
I think that's pretty accurate too. Maybe.
Yeah.
But this is the Dash Rendar figure I had. You see, I mean, he's got the scruff and everything. He probably used a head sculpt on a different figure.
That's hot.
And he's got a very unique like clothes and like that armor and everything. And hopefully they don't do like a random look. Hopefully they do this exact look. Like I said, I never played the game, so I'm not sure what all looks he had or anything like that.
Justin, what Star Wars have you seen and interacted with? Just so I know, because I don't.
I've seen all the movies. I watched the Obi-Wan show. That's the only show I think I've watched. I haven't watched any of the others.
You didn't watch Mandalorian?
No, I did. I watched I know I was forgetting something. I watched the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. I think they did season 3, right? I don't think I finished season 3.
They did.
I tried to watch Book of Boba Fett, man, but I got so bored. I got really bored. Yeah. Yeah, basically. And I wanted to like it, but man, it put me to sleep. So I wouldn't call myself a Star Wars fan, but oh gosh. Oh,
maybe we should have had John as a guest.
I think
to replace Andrew since he's still
because then he's not in the chat to let us know how disappointed he is via text. I think so. My hidden goal, it's not hidden anymore. It's just to see how much I can disappoint John every week. So
I think we're finding that floor. We are finding depth of that.
It's got to be somewhere, and we're digging for it. But that's really the basis of the Star Wars reveals I was going to go over with Andrew. I was going to have he collects Black Series and Vintage Collection. He has some role play stuff like the helmet, like the helmets. But that's really all I was going to go over.
I do like that they're doing that like exterior of the is it the cantina? That's like
it's something else. I don't
the
know.
Exterior that can kind of that can kind of connect with the HasLab that they're doing. Like oh no, we lost Alexi. Did we lose Alexi? Oh snap!
No, I'm here.
The only one that knows Star Wars is just fell out of the chat. Oh shit!
Well, David, we're talking about Power Rangers.
All right, pivot. Time to pivot.
You're good.
Yeah, I like that they did this. It's a good companion piece thing for the people that bought into the HasLab. Photos. So, see, John, I'm attention a little bit, John. I kind of
Vintage Collection is where you go to world build, is what everyone says. So, and that size, you can do it, and that's exactly why Mattel stopped the Amber Collection for Jurassic Park and went to the Hammond Collection. It's too expensive to really world build. It's possible, but are people going to pay those prices? Especially for big sets like this, dude. I'm trying now to backtrack and pick up all the Amber Collection because honestly, them ending that line, it sucks, but it gives me a beginning and an end. Oh, hit my mic. A beginning and an end to like go to, which is kind of, I don't know, on the contrary to how I feel about them ending Lightning Collection. But that's another. We're not talking about Power Rangers. We will one week. I'll have a lot more to say. But yeah, that's cool. And they did some other guys and everything. And oh no, I lost the tab. Oh no. Anyway. Oh, St. James is here. Good evening, fellas. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Well, you tuned into the right stream, my friend, because we're probably not going to talk about Star Wars anymore. Right? Okay.
Alexi, did you have any other contributions about Star Wars since you?
No, I agree that the 3.75 scale, the Vintage Collection, they do a really good job, especially recently, of giving you like things to build out a display instead of just like shitty minimal characters that you've been asking for years with no extra hands or a blaster. But I like the cantina. I like the other announcement with the modular connections for it, and I really like Jay's Toy Collection's 3.75 display because he's got the snow speeder, he's got like the AT-AT, and a lot of other. So that's a really good example of building out like an actual Star Wars world. I don't think I'll ever. I guess giving myself a beginning and an end by only collecting Force users is like an easier way to do that, but I don't think I'll be going in on like a whole the Star Wars universe as itself.
I'm sorry, Alexi. I'm just laughing at Johnny in the chat. I'm sorry. So I love you, David, but I don't know about letting myself be seen on this channel.
Oof.
And then Kenny said, I don't even know why I'm here. I literally own 4 Star Wars figures, promptly followed by a damn it, Kenny.
You're in good company, Kenny. You're in good company. You got me beat by 1 figure.
Mark Tack is here. Hey, Mark.
Hey, another UK.
What up, Mark?
Staying up into the morning.
Far a UK. I love it.
Wow.
And as he says, need some advice. Is it weird to ask for a cashier's number while she's working? Well,
yeah.
Yeah. But
do it.
Here's the thing. It's always weird to ask for somebody's number. Just do it and don't make it weird. Just be confident and just be like, hey, just be honest. Be like, hey, I've seen you around and I was just wondering if I could get your number. Just and leave it at that. Worst she can say is no.
If she thinks it's weird, then she's not the right person for you anyway.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like if they're right for you, they will respect that you asked them the question and just were bold. This should become an advice show. Like
exactly.
Who's more qualified to give life advice than the 3 of us?
So
makes sense.
Alexi speaks for everybody. So
right.
Alexi, what's your opinion on this?
So one of my good friends met his now wife and they have 2 children. And he was a bartender and gave his number to his now wife as she was a guest. So it does work out. I don't know about the other direction. But it can't hurt to try. And if it doesn't work out, then don't take it personal.
Yeah, exactly. Kenny says it's even weirder if you wait for it to not be working. Yeah, don't wait in the parking lot. Don't wait in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need to end up next to Andrew in the basement. There we go. But yeah, I'd say, man, I've already told my wife if anything were to happen to her or she found Andrew in the basement and then left me, then I just would be like a hermit.
What was the second part?
I said if anything were to ever happen to her and she were to leave me or leave me or anything, I probably wouldn't date ever again. We've been together since 2008, and I'm just like comfortable now, and I just don't want to go out and try and date. You know what I mean? And like you find your soulmate and everything and all that but
that's so romantic.
But anyway, what I was getting at was I met her through. She had a friend who was kind of talking to me, and I said something about I let her down easy. I was like, I'm not really interested. You're not really my type. She was like, oh, that's cool. I have a friend you might like though. I was like, okay, cool. The first thing my wife ever said to me when I messaged her was, about like hanging out or something or meeting was I don't talk to strangers. And about 6 months later, we actually met, and fast forward, and we've been married since 2012, I think. So
are you sure?
So yeah, happily married. She's in the other room right now. So happy I'm doing this streaming. So
I bet.
Did the friend that pimped your wife out to you come to the wedding?
No, we went out of town and had a really small wedding, like down at the beach, everything. So we wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money. Young and dumb.
Interesting journey that you've had.
Yeah. So anyway, Stussy, ask. Just don't make it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. And don't be like, these are like this is. Don't show her pictures of Andrew in the basement when you ask her or anything. My instinct tells me it's weird, but think about the Seinfeld episode where George did the opposite and everything worked out. Yeah.
But what do you have to lose?
So you
like
never know.
honestly, like either you walk out and never ask for her number and you never see her again, or you ask for her number and she gives it to you and you see her, or she feels weirded out and she doesn't give it to you and you never see her again. Like either way, like it could either work out or you could be right where you are right now. So
Exactly.
you know, you have nothing to lose. You can't be worse off. Try.
Exactly.
You're at rock bottom, Stussy. There's nothing to lose. That's what David's saying.
So let's come back to some toy related stuff. I threw together a little bit. So I know me and Alexi were there in the chat of Dan's last live stream when he finally live streamed, David. But there's, if you believe it or not, there's a little bit of drama. And I mean, I think Dan, I think he sees us being super consistent, and he's streaming less and less, doing even less reviews than what he was doing. And now he's like canceling Legends and Liquor left and right, canceling lives. And I mean, I think he's just a little bitter. And this is what he had. This
just
is
and collect. Sorry, haven't been listening. Out of practice since you haven't streamed in so long. He's taken the mick because I missed the week. Right, we had the week off. All right, sue us.
You had the week off.
Okay, look, Justin has shot himself in the foot, right? Because he started streaming now. As soon as that guy misses a stream on a Saturday, I'm gonna come after him. I'm gonna be like,
Hurricane, I'm still streaming. Anyway.
Okay, Mr. Consistent. So, yeah, let's see Justin get to 208 episodes without missing a week, all right?
And he's already lost his first co-host. He's gone. David Evan Smith, I think, off him in the background.
Yeah.
David, so is Andrew in your basement?
I'm a suspect now? What the hell is this? I've never even met Andrew. I don't even know if he was real, the one stream that we were on together. I don't know if he was real. He might have been AI. How do I know? Like, you're speaking for him ever since from these and replaying that one mysterious message, like in front of a cinder block wall. I don't know, but it's not me. It was not.
Dan, I think there's going to be a reveal at D's. What's D? Oh, okay. He's a funny guy. I know where he's about to go with that one. This is why I should read comments before I read them out loud, isn't it? It's my own fault. That's a YouTube mistake. Jay, put him in a timeout again, please. A fucking idiot. Do you know what? I don't trust the comments at this moment in time. People are just going to throw random shit at me that I don't know if it is believable or not. So I'm just going to ignore yous. For the minute. Going to ignore you. I do want to make a quick announcement, though. This weekend should have been Legends and Liquor, but it is also NEC Toy Fair, which is the biggest toy fair in the country. So I'm going to be having a mini Legends and Liquor in real life with some of the good folk in the community on Sunday. So no Legends and Liquor this Sunday. Justin's like cancelling another stream. Wow, Dan, wow. Look, I'm just going to start boycotting Justin. Nobody watch Justin Collect stream on Saturday, right? Just nobody watch it. People know it happens. Just don't watch
Justin, you should stream on Sunday. That's what you should do in the Legends and Liquor slot.
Yeah, step up. How about that, Justin? You think you're so good at streaming, Justin? How about you step up and volunteer to take on Legends and Liquor? To speak to the missus, make the arrangements. You know how to use StreamYards right now. Let's make it happen, Justin. Step up. You think you're a big man? Step up and take on.
Craig will join 7 hours late.
Craig will be there. You have to deal with Craig now. That's right. Step up, Justin. Great idea, Rich.
How Michael will do it.
Justin collects says, sorry, haven't been listening. Out of practice.
Whoops. Let me remove that real quick. So, yeah, there's a little bit of drama going on. Right?
Wow. He's really fired up.
I'd say
I was
cool.
I was messing with him all stream though. Like I was really, I can't believe he fell for the D's. Bear in mind, I'm working while doing this and just have my AirPods in listening. And just when he says something, I'm just like taking my phone out and typing something up and just like cracking up while on the clock. It was hilarious. St. James says, keep poking the bear. Just
well, Rich, like Dan's talking about boycotting us, but Rich showed up to watch. Tac showed up to watch. Where's Z-Man? I haven't seen Z-Man today, but he was here last week.
Exactly. Z-Man was here the last couple weeks, I think. Yeah. Man, so, I was having a lot of fun. Oh man, that was hilarious. Jeez. That was hilarious. That was the first time I've ever seen someone actually fall for the D's.
When he read it, I was like, Dan, no.
I wasn't expecting it, but that was fun. So I'm gonna keep that going. Ever so often, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put D's in his chat all the time. But Dan keeps saying he's eventually gonna come on the show and we're gonna have fun. So maybe we'll talk about I'll bring Dan on for a Dragon Ball stream. There we go. I'm here again. Right. Against my better judgment. Should have listened to Dan.
No, John, you're right where you need to be, man, with your besties in the US, because the UK is going to do their own private little in-person Legends and Liquor. Like, that's really exclusive of the US community that is here trying to support him whenever he decides to stream. And I'm sure that Dan is going to come and watch this replay, and he'll have other things to say when he wakes up. But get your rest, Dan. Get your rest.
But David, me and you've talked about this before. We're kind of already doing a mini Legends and Liquor. I mean, it's just on a Saturday.
And I'm sober, unfortunately. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to start drinking during this. But yeah, we're doing it. Like, so would you take him up on his challenge and like do a Sunday stream of Legends and Liquor? Like to try to like. No. Okay.
I work on Sundays, so I just nah. I mean, I don't know, man. And streaming twice, like in a row in a week, gosh, I don't think the wife would go for that.
But you don't need to, because you're consistent. You don't need to do that because you're consistent every Saturday, like clockwork. You're 10 minutes late to a Saturday stream every week.
Hey, James, I missed Dan on Thursday. Thanks for catching me up. Yeah, those were the highlights. Like that was
the best part of the show.
Yeah, those were the highlights. Talked about
apparently a lot of people missed that stream on Thursday. They didn't know he was streaming.
That's what happens when you miss a week. Yeah, that's what happens when you miss a week.
He was streaming.
Yeah, but yeah, he was talking about Mephisto and everything. And like, and to his credit, he was saying it was a light week and everything. And with this, honestly, like this, thank you guys for indulging the Star Wars chat. I advertised Andrew coming back and Star Wars, so I had to keep to my word with one of those things. And it really wasn't Andrew's fault he couldn't show up. I mean, we couldn't find the key. I mean, his power and internet, he just couldn't get it working. So we just kept it going. Kenny says, I'm just saying we could team up for a guest run. LNL tomorrow. Yeah. Kenny, you stream on Sunday. You stream on Sundays? Kenny? I know you stream because I tune into it, but so many people stream, I can't keep up in my head of who streams when, especially since Dan only streams once a month now. So John says, David, I'm just here for you and Alexi. Yes, John.
Aww.
John, it's like a love. Me and John's relationship, he views me kind of like how I view McFarlane. It's like I just don't like him, but I just can't stay away, you know? Like, and that's how John views me, everything. So
another abusive relationship.
His name is now Drew Who. And there is one more thing, and I really wanted Andrew's opinion on this too, but we've got enough people in the chat. I want to get other people's opinions on this. This is something that David kind of brought up to me, possibly rebranding the live stream. So it would still be a same time slot and everything. But when I came up with the name Toy Chat Live, I wanted the name to represent like what we were doing, but I didn't want it to be like, there's like probably 6 different toy talks out there, stuff like that. Excuse me. David brought up because Justifying kind of took on a name of its own or an identity of its own. I forget who it was. Someone in the chat. It might have been Stussy or Z-Man or can't remember. Somebody said should coin Justify because I kept saying Justify. It was like episode 1. And David, what was the name? Is collecting Justified?
Justified.
Yeah.
Point. I think it's a stronger statement. I think it like stands out and it includes your name in the branding of the chat. So
yeah,
you know,
so
make it a little more unique.
I like it, but I'm torn because I like both. So I just wanted to get other people's opinions and just pitch me like David and Alexi, like what y'all can take turns telling me like what do you think about both names? David, you've already kind of told me a little bit, but
well, what's Alexi's take? Because
what are the two again? It's Justified Collecting, or
it's Collecting Justified exclamation point, or Toy Chat Live.
I see. Well, like you said, Justin, Toy Chat is used in 1,000 titles of shows on YouTube. Some of them about action figures, some of them not. And I think Collecting Justified is good because it brings your own flavor and it's like a more original title. But it does seem close to Collecting Rush. So
no,
maybe...
it wouldn't be renaming the channel. It would just be the show.
Gotcha. Yeah. Drop the. It's cleaner. That's my advice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat so we can get everybody's opinion.
Put up your poll.
Because this is much like America. I want everybody to. I want to have the perception of everybody having a vote, but in the end, it is a dictatorship.
Just like America.
As Andrew has learned. So
exactly. And we'll have Andrew's opinion when he decides that he agrees with me. So give me 1 second. Let me type this up. In the meantime, you guys can just chat about Star Wars or.
No, I'm just.
How do you feel about having an end point and a beginning point, David? Is like completion something that you think about when you're collecting lines a lot?
Generally, like the collecting thing for me, the engine behind that is just like bringing to life all the nostalgia that I loved growing up that they didn't make toys of back then, or like being able to really build the world out. However, conversely, when Power Rangers Lightning Collection ended, it was a bit of a relief to like be able to say I don't need to like figure out dedicating more shelves to this line, so that I could like kind of laser focus on my spending on one particular line instead of 5. Getting to that plateau with Ninja Turtles, getting to that like plateau with like Muppets. Like I buy a lot of different things, but knowing that I hit an endpoint can be a relief because I don't need to spend more money on this anymore. And I feel satisfied that they like released everything that I would want them to release. Like that connects with my nostalgia, So like I know that Muppets, anybody that collects Muppets, they're releasing a Sweetums character. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm glad that like it's like once a year they'll release something for it, and not like a barrage of like 7-figure Build-A-Figure waves and like deluxes and retro cards, and like I'll deal with that pressure from one line, but I can't deal with that in 5 lines.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So I guess
there's only two.
Yes.
There's only 2 lines that I'm going completion on, and that would be the Mafex Batman Hush. Oh, I didn't know that was. And then the Jada Street Fighter 2. And I guess the Jada Mega Man as well. And the Street Fighter and the Mega Man, like you said, those are both nostalgia driven. The Mafex Hush Batman that was like the best Batman figure I'd ever gotten at the time. It was the best Batman figure at 1/12 scale. And I really just wanted to support the line. And I think I would argue they're doing the best DC 1/12 scale figures out there. So happy to be completionist on the Hush. Everything else, especially with Hasbro, you just have to understand that they're constantly going to be releasing new or replacement figures, whether it's the same character. So for my Avengers, I mean, I'm pretty much done with Marvel Avengers from Legends, because they've given us everything, and the things they haven't given us or that I feel like have a better representation, I've already snagged. So for something like that, it's easy to pass on a lot of the new stuff. I want to get Blackheart and some of the Strange Tales wave, but I'm far from going in on every wave that Hasbro releases anymore, which I think is it's better because, like you said, you save money. And Amanda had asked me before, like, so when are you going to be like done collecting? And I was like,
Never.
you just don't get it, do you, babe? You just don't get it. So it's cool. I mean, I'm not really completionist these days, so.
Yeah. I've been tapering down too.
It's hard to be.
Go ahead,
It's
Justin.
expensive.
It's really hard to be. It's I keep saying like, okay, I'm gonna stop collecting so much of this, and then it's like, okay, well now I'm not collecting so much of that, but then another line catches your eye. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and oh, I'm just gonna get a few of these, and then before you know it, it's going out of control. But you have to have rules so you can break rules, right? And that some British guy said that, I think. I don't know. And but Mark Tac says, I think Andrew has been Order 66 at this point. I'm aware of the concept of Andrew, but I'm lacking the physical manifestation as proof of Andrew. I believe Andrew's actually he was on episode 1, he missed 2, he was on 3 and 4, and he hasn't been back since. We're on episode 7 here. And eventually he'll learn his lesson. So Sussy says McFarlane Toys, the home of pre-posed action figures and statues with limited articulation. Sussy, we can't get back into McFarlane today. And there is a poll in the chat, guys, of the name change. So we're gonna see what everybody says. I'm gonna wait a little while and then close it out.
Can't get with me.
Collecting right, Justified. And John, what does John have to say here? How about just Justin is just shilling for McFarlane? And St. James says figures Justified. Yeah, if we have to find a way to justify it, justify my figs. And Justified just makes me think of the Timothy show was also in Star Wars for those of you on camera tonight. Yeah. Star Trek? I don't know. What's he talking about?
Wow.
I don't know. What was
quickest way
about?
to piss off a Star Wars fan, I think, is going to Star Trek.
that was Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica, right? I don't know.
Oh,
they're all connected, right? Right.
Justin wouldn't have caught it because it was in Book of Boba Fett, so he already bailed on the show before Timothy Oliphant showed up.
John, I was long asleep. I was asleep by then. As Sussy says, the need to spend money on something. Yeah, honestly, if you might as well spend it on something. It's not worth crap anyway.
They finished Muppets, but now they're doing Sesame Street, so now I'm on the hook again.
Mm-hmm.
There's my money.
I'm
Fraggle
waiting.
Rock too, I think.
I bought those. Yeah.
Andrew was on episode 1. Well, this is on theme for a Star Wars stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, he got Qui-Gon'd, huh? He got Qui-Gon'd. This just in live. A lot of. He was also in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Andrew?
Well, I don't remember it. So, Andrew, I don't think Andrew was. He's been holding out on me. Oh, that's pretty good, James. Okay. So let's check in on the poll. Let's see. Oh, we're tied at 50-50 right now. Between I said, should we rebrand the live stream name? I love Toy Chat Live. Keep it. Change it to Collecting Justified. We are in a deadlock right now at 50%.
How many votes? How many votes is it?
Let me see. It's not 12 votes. 12 votes. There are 15 people in the stream watching right now. 16. It keeps bouncing around between like 16 and 19 or 18, something like that. So everybody go vote.
Did he boycott the vote?
Who?
John. Did John vote?
John. He probably boycotted the vote. Should I have put a third option for I don't care, just stop talking about McFarlane? Let's check it again. Still deadlocked. 12 votes. 50,
well, I didn't get to vote because I'm streaming from my phone. So I'm the tiebreaker, which says Collecting Justified.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna give it some thought. I'll probably put a poll up in the community tab too, and I'll just like average it all out, and then I'll just decide on whatever. I don't know. I'll flip a coin or something. I don't know. I just don't want to. I know the graphic for Toy Chat Live is very simple and everything. I don't want to have to design another graphic. It's a pain in the butt, man. And then I have to design. So the stream starting soon screen, I have to probably do that again. I've already had to redo it once because David pointed out I misspelled starting. I left a letter out and I had streamed like 4 or 5 episodes and not realized it. So
you were just being economical with the letters, you were trying to save on the budget, not all the vowels.
This is the realness that everybody tunes in for. You're gonna get misspelling. You're gonna get streams about Star Wars from guys that don't collect Star Wars. You're gonna get streams about McFarlane from guys saying they don't collect McFarlane when they do. So we got 13 votes. I'm gonna end the poll here, and it looks like change it to collecting justified 1.
So hey,
yeah,
I'm older than you guys. I've been at this branding situation a little longer. So I was a champion speller in junior high. So like, I'm here to help you.
I tell you what, I'll throw a logo together, an updated logo, and we'll see how we feel. I'll do that before I even do a YouTube community post, because I'll attach the images to each one and everything. And St. James says, I refuse to vote.
Use my idea.
I can't tell if use my idea. Oh, okay. Does someone break the tie? Oh, John says he would have voted for James's right there.
But James, was this just in live? Was that what James?
I think,
but that's
talk
about toys or collecting, though.
Stussy says, David, you just wanted to change royalty off the channel.
I got to get my coins somehow. Jesus, I got a sticker so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Need those figures.
And you're on that climb out of the internship. So there's only about 63 more rungs to climb up that ladder.
Got to keep bringing my ideas to be useful, So
I mean, you got to start at the bottom of the pyramid scheme, right? I mean, just
I've been on the bottom, but I prefer the top, So.
But I think that's it for the Star Wars and everything, guys. I know we didn't talk a whole lot about Star Wars, but I mean, every now and then you just need a chill hangout stream, everything, and I just enjoy catching up with you guys. This honestly, collecting can really, it's fun to collect, but making friends online who also collect and you can talk to about all this crap. Because I don't know about y'all, but my wife, she thinks she's like, oh yeah, that's cool and everything, and tolerates it, but she doesn't really care. She doesn't quite get it. She loves that I love it, but being able to share what you get and everything and your passion for everything, even though we collect some different stuff and everything. And David collects a lot more Legends than I do. Alexi does a lot more imports. I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my collection. It's a little bit of everything, but it's fun. And I enjoy having this get together. And we're going to have streams like this where it's a loose topic, John. We're not just going to talk about Star Wars the whole time, okay? We're not going to talk about your hate for soft goods, all right? It says, are you wrapping up the Star Wars talk now? Finally? We wrapped that up an hour ago, John, okay?
It's a trap. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, look, hold on. I had it brought up. Hold on.
You did?
Wait. This is super professional, by the way.
Wow.
Super professional. So, guys, this whole stream was a trap. Clickbait. Clickbait's trap. Clickbait trap. There we go. Ha 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 ha.
My favorite. My favorite.
But
can you make a soundbite of they're announcing at D's?
I'm going to that's going to be like a soundbite for that. Might be. So I put in our the UK has a private Legends and Liquor group chat. Well, we have our private Toy Chat Live group chat, guys. So anyway, I put in there that we're creeping up on at least the first part of monetization, as far as like I passed the subscriber thing. We're up over 800 now. Woo! I don't know. It's just a number, but I'm excited. It's an accomplishment. We're only like 2 hours away from the unlocking like super chats and memberships and all that. I've got to figure out. I'm gonna open memberships, but I need to figure out what I'm gonna offer. It'll probably be like stickers. I'll send out stickers, even though I've sent out stickers to a lot of people already. But it'll just be like thrown in, like, you know, you get stickers if you become a member. There's going to be some exclusive stuff. I'll have to, those are this amazing sticker that David Evans Smith has right here. Hashtag branded. There we go. So you'll, and there'll be some other stuff. There'll be like cool emojis and stuff like that to use. And I'll have some exclusive content too. If, I think we lost Alexi. He had enough of our crap.
And you'll do like after shows talking exclusively about Star Wars, right?
Exactly. Well, we have more name St. James displaying justified behavior.
Yo,
that might get he might I don't know.
Unparalleled Justin.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, like St. James, you have cracked the code. I think every week that we can rotate the title of the stream to tribute every other person in the game until you land on the proper title, which is Collecting Justified.
Kenny said tier 2 live meeting with Andrew just to make sure he's not in the basement. Well, Beatty said, I've never been so proud to be American. Oh, Alexi's back.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, thought you joined Andrew in the basement there for a second, bud. John says channel memberships. You think I'm going to pay for this? No, John. If I locked the whole stream behind a paywall, let's be honest, it would just be the three of us sitting here talking to nobody. I don't know. My mom might get a membership. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That'd be.
You probably have to gift some channel memberships to a few people to like get it going. You know, Mom, me.
The whole thing is just having. Yeah. It's me. The whole thing is just having it there and being available, and maybe it'll be something that takes off. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a step in the right direction, and this is the first year of the channel, so I'm happy about that. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here with you goons goofing off, and we actually have people watching, so I enjoy that every week. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Especially, honestly, I thought like 5 people were going to be in this chat with us talking about Star Wars, and but people showed up, so we're doing something right. They like hearing me yap. I love having you guys on here. I know we're all busy, so David, there's eventually going to be a weekend where you might not can make it, but like I said, you're stuck with me now unless work pulls you away. It's in the contract. I'll need, if you can't make it, I'm going to need a note from work saying you were there. So
I'll send Andrew my letter.
Right, there we go. And Alexi, I know you're a very busy man, but any week you can make it, man. The door is always open. I'll send out the link, hop in. You don't have to let me know. You can just jump in and surprise me. Just don't spring Andrew out of the basement without clearing it with us first. All right. And Andrew should be back next week. He confirmed with me he's not working. He should have power and internet by next Saturday. So we just got to get the router moved down to the basement. So guys, unless you guys have anything, that's going to be it. Tune in. I should have confirmation on what next week's episode is going to be about. I should have the guys from Cartoon Dumpster Dive on. I don't know if both of them are going to make it or we might have to postpone. If we postpone, we're probably just going to do a Power Rangers stream, honestly. I really want to talk about that. I've got a lot of thoughts about Lightning Collection. So a lot of thoughts, a lot of very McFarlane-esque thoughts.
Big feelings.
Yeah. Hot takes incoming.
Yeah. So Alexi, if you can make it next week, you're welcome, bud. I know you're a busy guy. Do you think you might be free?
Yeah. I really like Power Rangers. Power Rangers and Dragon Ball are in the category of like, I have a big, fandom for them. There's just too many. I mean, there used to be too many figures of Power Rangers. Now there's a finite number. But I didn't want to get into it because I knew that I would want so many of them. So I love Power Rangers.
And the Lightning Collection let me down. But if the guys from Cartoon Dumpster Dive if they do make it, we're going to have a great topic. That'll be fun when we talk about cartoon lines that we hope for. We've already got Scooby-Doo coming, so hopefully there's some more coming. If not,
I have
we'll do
two
Power Rangers.
cartoons I would talk about. I already know.
I think I'll ask for everybody to have a top 3. I think that'll be fun. Depending on how many people. Well, if there's the 3 of us, Andrew maybe, and then the 2 of them, maybe top 2. I'll probably do top 2, so we're not stuck here for like Legends and Liquor like 8 hours. So I say stuck.
Nobody wants that.
I'll have fun. Nobody wants that. Christopher Allen did say, "Careful, David. It's only a matter of time before you wind up in the basement." And John said he's calling.
Find me first. You're gonna have to find me first, Justin. I'm in New York. If you can survive your hurricane and try to claw your way to New York, good luck getting me into the basement. You just need to, yeah.
But guys, that's it. That's all I've got to talk about. I really appreciate everybody tuning in for all this nonsense. I will see you all. I can't talk. It's getting late, guys. I will see everybody back here next Saturday. Just consistent as ever. Never going to cancel it. Even I almost wore my rain jacket to this stream, but I wanted to show off the merch. So I took off the rain jacket, fighting through the hurricane. We'll be back next Saturday, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Ish.
And till then, appreciate you guys. And